Well, good morning. It is Tuesday, April 20th. I'm Danielle Wiggins with your 3 News Now morning update. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on the WKYC Facebook and YouTube pages. I know a number of you join us from other places in the country and even other places in the world because you want to check on your hometown. I love it. So we, of course, want to welcome you back to Northeast Ohio, even though it's virtually. Remember, you can join the conversation in the comments section. And as always, let me know your name and where you're watching from, especially if you're from Northeast Ohio. And this morning, we are following some developing news of a house fire where 4 people lived. We'll have that story in just a moment. But first, let's take a look outside because this is what all of you are talking about. Snow is on the way to Northeast Ohio. And yes, you heard that right. Snow in April. So you'll need those winter coats once more. Hollie is in now to let us know when the snow will arrive, how much we're expecting, and how long it will last. Hollie.
Thank you so much, Danielle. And yep, we are tracking snow and for later today as we get a look hour by hour here at lunchtime. It's still scattered rain showers in the area. Then there will be a bit of a lull before we start to bring in this mix of rain and snow this evening. And as that's happening, we'll see that change over to all snow overnight. There's the view for you through the early morning hours on Wednesday. And it's going to be tricky commuting because of the snow. I know we tend to get all caught up in how much, but the reality is it's more about just the fact that the timing of this is going to be while you're asleep. So regardless, coating 1, 2, 3, 4 inches of snow, it's going to be slick. And then we'll continue to see scattered snow and even some wet snow showers, rain showers throughout the course of your Wednesday. Partial clearing on Thursday, and then we'll get back to where we should be. But in the meantime, here's just an idea of what to plan on as far as numbers go. And again, don't take this necessarily to heart in the fact that these are hardcore amounts. It's timing and it's tracking. So we'll be tweaking this throughout the day. No question about it. Impact, biggest one, tomorrow morning's drive. As we get a look at your forecast, looking past the snowy weather, we do see a warming trend. It's not quite where we should be, but better. We'll be in the 50s to near 60 on Friday with sunshine, and then a few showers moving in later Saturday into early Sunday, and then back to around 60 on Monday. Danielle, back to you.
Well, thank you, Hollie. And the news of the approaching snow may have some of you worrying about your plants and how to protect them. A local expert from the Cuyahoga Soil and Water Conservation District says protecting your plants really depends on what type of plant it is. Native plants to the region should be fine, along with plants that already survive the winter. As far as newer flowers, well, they shouldn't be in the ground until after the last frost. But if you covered something over the winter and already removed the protection, just leave it.
A lot of plants, they're used to it. They still feel it anyway, even if they're covered. And they've already been hardened off to be outside, to be in that environment and everything. They should be fine. Again, it's one little day of a cold snap.
And your plants and flowers may not look their best a day or two after this spring snow, but they should bounce back because they're hardier than you think. And we continue to follow developing news from overnight of a fire on Cleveland's east side. First responders were on the scene at this house fire on Saywell Avenue near East 125th. Firefighters say 4 kids and 4 adults lived in the home and they all made it out okay. We are told the Red Cross is stepping in to help. No word yet on what caused the blaze. And an update this morning on safety in Lakewood. A public hearing on what's next for Madison Park and crime in the city was held last night. The hoops at Madison Park are down and now being looked at as evidence. Leaders in Lakewood are stepping up patrols at all parks, adding officers during peak hours and installing police cameras. But as far as the hoops, those who live nearby say they're not the problem.
Along with police security, along with camera security, we will have the security of our community gathering in that space.
But it is a temporary closure. We're not closing it down forever. At this point, I just can't give a time when we're going to open it up.
The mayor also said she wants to make sure when the basketball hoops do reopen that the environment is safer for everyone. The police chief says most of the suspects have been caught in recent crimes in the city. And turning to traffic, Akron drivers, hey, listen up. The city wants you to slow down, and now they're taking action. So Akron installed 28 of these speed tables in a number of neighborhoods. You can see that they look like giant speed bumps. The city did a testing where they tested using these in 2 neighborhoods. They saw speeding drop by 23%. And staying in Akron, the days are numbered for Chapel Hill Mall as the new property owners, called Industrial Commercial Properties, prepare for the future. The group plans to retrofit the troubled mall to attract industrial and corporate business. Renderings show what the new exterior will look like, including a fresh coat of paint. So here they are, a new parking lot and landscaping to fit the needs of industrial and corporate tenants.
All about bringing jobs and economic development back to this location. But I would think in the next 30 to 60 days, you'll see it. While it might not be closed officially, you'll see it'll be pretty quiet.
The first industrial tenant, a cabinet manufacturer, is expected to move in this July. Okay, let's get to a checklist of consumer news now. Today, Apple is holding an event online. They're calling it Spring Loaded. So there's no concrete information on what the company will be announcing, but it's rumored that new iPads and AirPods could be on the way. If you want to catch the big event, you can watch it on apple.com or their YouTube channel and Apple TV. It kicks off at 1 this afternoon. Cedar Point's new season begins 3 weeks from Friday. Are you excited? Well, the park will soon be taking reservations. Season pass holders can start reserving spots on April 26, and you will need a reservation for each pass holder. The park is set to open on May 14th. Attendees will get to take part in new entertainment, dining options, and more. Park leaders say they will follow state health guidelines for coronavirus. And Disney is adding a new cruise ship to its fleet. Check it out. The Disney Wish will set sail next summer, but you can get a closer look at the ship next week. On April 29th, Disney Parks will hold a virtual event to give you an in-depth look. According to the Disney Parks blog, it will include getting background information from Imagineers and also have some special appearances. You can reserve a spot online. And right now, it is time for the best news you'll hear all day. At least I hope it is. And it's straight from Progressive Field, where more people will be allowed to see Tribe games in person. Next month, home games will see an increased capacity of 40%. But that's not all. May games will bring back promotions, including Dollar Dog Night, fireworks, and $2 pregame in the district presented by Miller Lite and Coors Light. The first Dollar Dog Night is May 21st. And before we go, will you help us surprise teachers making a difference in Northeast Ohio? So we're giving out prizes to the best teachers in the region, but we need your nominations. Share their stories with us through the Near Me feature on the WKYC app. You can also text a photo and the reason why your favorite teacher should be selected. Send those photos and stories to 216-344-3300. Or you can post a picture and description on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Make sure to include the hashtag 3lovesteachers on your post so that we can find it. And we have this story and directions on how to submit posted to WKYC.com. Well, thank you for taking time to join me for this 3 News Now morning update. Our digital team will continue to bring you the stories making headlines around Northeast Ohio and beyond. Make sure you continue to check our social media pages and WKYC.com throughout the day. I'm Danielle Wiggins, and I'll see you tomorrow morning on Go starting at 4:30 a.m. Have a great day, everyone, and stay warm.